Hi, I'm George, the Weather Dad, to take a look at your upcoming weekend and a little bit beyond on into next week. Now, as far as active weather is concerned, most of that's going to be confined to the Gulf Coast, in particular, those of you down in the Sunshine State of Florida. Now, as far as temperatures are concerned, right here in the Ohio Valley, it's really gorgeous. This is October, normal high temperatures right here, high temperatures in the 70s, lows in the 50s, low humidities, fantastic weather. It's going to be a little warmer here, you see in the dark shade areas, but most of us are going to be about normal or even lightly below normal as we go on into your Friday. Now, as far as Saturday is concerned, we see a little bit more of a warm up there in the central U.S. Notice some yellow down along the Gulf Coast. This is where the focus of our attention is going to be over the next 5 to 7 days. This is going to be a lot of activity down there. Not sure if we're really going to see anything tropical forming, but there's going to be a lot of tropical moisture and there's a lot of energy in the Gulf of Mexico, so we have to keep an eye on that. But notice how chilly it is there in the Rockies, fall, and even a little bit of snows in the air for those of you up in that area. As we head on into your Sunday, you can see the heat building a little bit more towards the Midwest, so temperatures a little bit above normal. We could get close to 80 degrees, but overall, again, it's still pretty nice. Notice, though, some yellows down in the state of Florida. That's because you will see a lot of clouds and a lot of rain. Now let's jump right to your next week, to Wednesday. We see a pretty cool area of temperatures across the eastern third of the country, central U.S. warming up, and then of course the west still a little bit on the cooler side. But again, focus your attention down here in Florida where you see some yellows, and that's going to be a response to some clouds and rain. So let's take a look at that precipitation. Take a look at the mess down in the Gulf of Mexico. We do see some showers along the spine of the Appalachians, an isolated shower there in Illinois, and also the Pacific Northwest. Looks like you're going to have kind of a wet Friday for you, as you see a pretty good system moving in for your Friday. Saturday, that system is still hanging around the Pacific Northwest, but notice again, a lot of activity right here in the Gulf of Mexico. Most of us will be drying out, but this is the area of concern. Now, there's a lot of energy down here. You see those L's, but there's nothing coming together yet for one significant system. So for now, I think it's just going to be very, very wet for those of you in the Gulf Coast. That's on your Saturday. Sunday doesn't get much better, though. It does work its way down more into the state of Florida. Those of us, again, most of the country pretty dry except for a little bit of shower up right around the Great Lakes. And then as go on into your Wednesday, that wet weather continues for those of you down in Florida. And the rest of us enjoying some really nice fall weather. Let's take a look at the tropics, the wide view. This is for next weekend. This is next Saturday. We see another, looks like a little bit of energy there just off the Florida coast, producing some more rain. Those of you down in the state of Florida, but for the most part, fairly quiet. Leslie is up into the Atlantic, not really bothering anybody. So right now, it looks pretty quiet, with the exception, again, of a fairly active Gulf of Mexico, and we'll keep an eye on that for you. So that's your weekend weather. Have a good one. I'm George, the Weather Dad.